Hey there guys, Reckoning here, and welcome back to Doom 3 BFG Edition, Doom 1, Episode 1, Mission 5. Last episode, as you could probably guess, we took down Mission 4, Level 4. As my stats will agree. Like, that's really important, but we're in Level 5. And if you remember from the very first episode, or maybe I shouldn't be using the word episode so much, because episode technically corresponds to a fourth of this game. I guess I should be using the words part and level a little bit more, in case that my word choice is confusing you. I don't think it might be. It might be. I don't know. Might be getting confused. Like, what is he talking about? Is he talking about a video or an entire, sequence of levels? What the hell was I even referring to anyway? If you remember the first video of the series, for the demo that was playing in the background as I introduced the project, more or less, they showed part of this level. That's all I was getting at. In retrospect, maybe I should have just left that part out. Maybe I should have just left that part out. But not too much. Like, for this entire episode, there's just the underlying theme of this is not too challenging. Which it really should be, considering this is, the second highest difficulty. It's the weird thing. It should be a challenge. It's not. But we are in the first quarter of the game, so that might have something to do with it. Just might. Alright, so there's another secret down for us. Some armor, some rockets. Things that, from what you've seen so far, you probably know that I'm not going to use them that much. Because I don't need to be completely honest. I don't need rockets. At least for this episode. I just don't need them. Because, we're running into, I guess terminology I could use is low-level enemies. We're running into low-level enemies. If this were an RPG, these would be just low-level enemies. This, however, is a tricky room, as you'll see, because I start taking a good amount of damage. And as you can see, I got knocked down to 33%. This is a room you want to be careful of, because as soon as you run over there, walls on both ends of the room open up, and enemies start pouring out. You don't want to get stuck in there. You can die. That's why I got out of there when I did. Because had I stayed any longer, chances of me dying would have gone up quite a bit. And I'm going for a no-death run, or as close to a no-death run as I can do. I actually did a technical LP of this. Well, actually, I wouldn't classify it as an LP because there wasn't commentary, but I did a walkthrough of the Game Boy Advance port of this game. That while it's not very good, it's still technically Doom, just a more kiddish version, as all the monsters had green health instead of red. But I do recall that there were only like 2 or 3 levels out of the 24 that were in the game that I had trouble with. And I believe it wasn't until level 13 that I actually died. Don't remember why. I remember my first death was on level 13. So if that follows suit here, I would have my first death in episode 2. And from what I've recorded of that so far, actually I don't have much ground to stand on because I've only recorded 1 level out of that episode. I did a previous recording of it though, where I did the entire episode in 1 shot. And I didn't die, so I should be good to go. Right here, kind of waiting for the platform to go up. As soon as I step off of it, then the platform will... Oh, no. I'm going to step off of it just long enough for it to go up and then ran back onto it. That might have been what I did. But, there was mega armor up there, so I obviously had to do it. And up here is yet another secret. There's a teleporter, there's invisibility, a little bit of health bonuses, and a blue door, or a blue wall, technically. But we don't have the blue key, so we're going to have to go to another part of the level, being this one. And if I haven't brought this up before, you want to be careful when you have partial invisibility on. As you can see, I almost dodged straight into that imps fireball. Because I have it programmed in my mind that they'll throw it directly at me, so if I just dodge to the side, I'll be good. Well, with the partial invisibility on, anything that throws projectiles at you, you could end up dodging right into it. As I just did right there. Gotta be careful. Almost did it there. I think the reason that I'm so decent at this is that I more or less practiced. I wouldn't call it actual practice, but I played Doom 2 a lot when I was younger. When I had like God mode on so I couldn't die, but I use that more as a sort of dodging practice. I seem to recall that's what I did. Just really dodging practice. And I did that on PC, but it still stands. And in here we have an annoying room, I'd say. As with the level of light, it goes from you can see to pitch black. This also holds true. It holds true, I would say, in probably every version of the game. But I'd say it's probably worst on the PlayStation version, as it gets darker than you would see here. Like, at least in this, you kind of have a ring of light around you that doesn't go away. In the PC port, it more or less goes completely pitch black. And considering there's shotgun guys and barrels in here, and invisible demons, it's not fun to have to watch out for them. But luckily, we have a lit room with 3 visible demons. It's probably not the best idea to just run into a corner, considering how fast they move. But that's level 5 down. Got all the monsters. Missed items, probably because my ammo was full. And I missed a secret, so I'm not sure what. But that's the level down.